What's going on, guys? KEVINCAGE here with another crypto update. Let's dive right into today's news. So first up, we have shared by Cointelegraph, the SEC has approved a public launch date of April 30th for ProShares Trust's XRP ETF, or multiple products. Or I should say, 3 XRP related ETFs. So down below we can see April 30th, 2025. Now let's go to the original form, the N1A right here. As we zoom in a bit and we scroll down, we can see the multiple XRP ETFs or products they have right here, including a short XRP ETF, an ultra XRP ETF, and an ultra short XRP ETF. So this is cool to see. We have ProShares launching 3 XRP related ETFs, but I want to emphasize that these ETFs are not spot ETFs. We can see right here that this fund is investing in XRP futures contracts and swap agreements. So these ETFs are more so designed for short-term daily trading and not long-term investing. So to sum this all up, we know that ProShares already has Bitcoin futures contracts along with Ethereum futures contracts, or at least ETFs that track these. And down below, we have the proposed public launch date in the next 3 days. And based on this and even the previous CME news that we went over, we're likely going to see spot XRP ETFs either this year or in early 2026. And just remember, there are already plenty of XRP spot ETF filings, or true XRP spot ETFs by Bitwise, Canary Capital, 21 Shares, Wisdom Tree, CoinShares, etc. The only 2 filings that are not XRP spot ETFs would be Volatility Shares and ProShares. Everything else is an actual spot XRP ETF, even Grayscales, which would be a conversion into an actual spot XRP ETF. Alright, next up, shared by All in Crypto, we have BlackRock's Larry Fink discussing tokenization.
But crypto is going to play a big role. Digitization of currency, digitization of everything we're doing. I'm a big believer, and this is one thing that will change Bloomberg even. I believe we're going to be in the cutting edge of tokenizing bonds and stocks.
Coming.
And we have the technology now. The fact that we are now moving forward in tokenization, every bond and stock, is crazy. Yeah. We should be moving towards that frontier. Obviously, there's winners and losers and all that, but we need to be prepared for the tokenization. And it would democratize more finance if we tokenized bonds and stocks.
We also have the NASDAQ in a new letter urging the SEC to create a regulatory framework that properly classifies digital assets, arguing they can fit into existing markets with the right oversight. Along with our new pro-crypto SEC chairman Paul Atkins calling out the previous SEC administration. And for anybody interested, we have an up-to-date infographic made by Status here of the XRP filings with the SEC. And 2 days ago, we got news that Hashdex launched the world's first spot XRP ETF, but not in the US, in Brazil. So this XRP spot ETF is called XRP H11. And I believe this is already listed and live on Brazil's main stock market, the B3 Stock Exchange. And you can check this out yourselves going to hashdex.com, then you go to products, and then you can see right there new, we have the XRP H11. According to Hashdex, as of today, the fund is 100% backed by real XRP. And we can see that Hashdex says that they're going to be maintaining at least 95% XRP exposure. So this is awesome, and we also know that Hashdex already has a Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETF. So this is a great step for XRP, and this is really just paving the way up until we get the first XRP spot ETF filings approved in the United States. Alright, next up, we have shared by Chainlink emphasizing that stablecoins aren't the endgame, they're just the tip of the iceberg, they lead to much bigger use cases. Alright, and last but not least, we have some very big news for Hedera, so I'm going to do my best to break this down. So this was shared by Generation Infinity. For those not aware, the entire Hedera codebase is now Hyro and governed by the Linux Foundation. I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm just going to say Hyro. So what the heck is going on, and let's try to do a quick recap and go through this Technical Steering Committee, or TSC, of Hyro. So here we can see the current 6-member Technical Steering Committee. So we have Lehman, we have Richard, Alex, George, and I believe of these, so Lehman, co-founder of Hedera, Richard, I believe Swirls Labs, I believe Alex, also Swirls Labs. So I mean, we have several people directly tied to Hedera or Swirls Labs, which means that the original architects of Hedera are still heavily influencing the roadmap. And here we have a quick recap by Milan. So Hedera donated its core code to create Hyro, an independent open source project now governed by the Linux Foundation. We have the Hyro Technical Steering Committee overseeing the technical direction. There are 9 seats and one of them represents the organization's building on Hyro, e.g. on Hedera. So we have Merlin sharing that he's officially running for the first ever end-user seat on the Hyro TSC. And Hyro is designed to allow anybody, anywhere to build and innovate under decentralized governance. So the TSC is opening an end-user seat, allowing builders, developers, and users to elect a new voice to help guide the future of the platform. So let's go through what this means. So just looking at the TSC, we have 3 or 4 that are directly tied to Hedera or Swirlds Labs. So having the Linux Foundation run the open source version basically shows that Hashgraph is credible, decentralized technology. I think this is going to lead to brand expansion where we're going to see more projects building on Hyro, and they're going to naturally tie back into HBAR, Hedera services, and Hedera infrastructure. And could this be viewed as some type of regulatory strategy, trying to basically stay resilient against any future anti-crypto regulations? And I'm hoping we could see a lot more developer adoption, because previously maybe developers that were hesitant about Hedera's permission-to-like council model, with Hyro they have a fully open, decentralized alternative. So it really depends how you look at this. Is this a way of giving enterprises a battle-tested public network with Hedera and then giving developers an open playground like Hyro to innovate without these barriers? So just to recap, the Hedera codebase lives on as Hyro, and there's a new end-user election that's opening doors to real community influence. We have the top technical minds from Hedera and Swirlds Labs that are still heavily involved. And does this move set up for massive future growth for Hashgraph technology across both Hedera and Hyro? And taking it back to when Hedera was introducing Hyro back in September, and you can learn more at hyro.org right here. So to try to differentiate Hedera and Hyro, so when we think of Hedera, it's a live public network. It powers payments, smart contracts, file storage, tokenization, real applications. Now when we're thinking of Hyro, think of it like an open source codebase, basically a toolkit for anybody to create their own networks using Hashgraph tech. As far as I know, Hyro is like a codebase, a technology platform. There's not a token or any new coin. So the way I see it is Hyro is a technology launchpad. It's open source Hashgraph technology, but it's just the tools. And we want to see Hyro succeed because that makes Hashgraph technology more famous. And again, we still need Hedera plus HBAR, the native token, to succeed because that's where the real network lives. So my expectations for Hyro is it's meant to grow adoption, expand the reach and accessibility of Hashgraph technology, and not replace Hedera. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Feel free to correct me on anything I may have gotten wrong, but I did my best to break that down. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button and let me know your thoughts down below. You can find all links to my crypto resources, including tools for charting, trading bots, wallets, portfolio trackers, and exclusive discounts right in my link tree in the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.